Om Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Paramagurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Sarvagurubhyo Namaha, Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha, Dayapala Dayapatram, Vatsalyadi Gunarnavam, Srinivasa Acharya Satputram, Vande Venkadadesigam. Namaskaram to all of you. It's been a pleasure to meet you through this video series. So, what we are going to learn, this is going to be a series of little talks. What we are going to see is basics of Srivaishnavam. So, we are going to see what is Srivaishnavam or Srivaishnava Sampradayam, what does it mean, who propagated it, who established it, and what are the principles of Srivaishnavam. What are the pramanam? Pramanams are the scriptures, who created it and who is passing it, what is the lineage, what are the principles of Sri Vaishnavam, what are the practices. So these are the different topics we'll be covering one by one. So today we'll have a little introduction about what is Sri Vaishnavam. So Sri Vaishnavam is a sampradayam. Sampradayam means you can say it's a tradition. It's a Hindu religious tradition, or in simple words we can say it's a path. It's a pathway to reach God. Now, before we go into Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam, let's have a little background knowledge about why we need to know this. Now, if you take World Health Organization, WHO, it defines in three principles. They are called as physical health and well-being, mental health and well-being, and social health and well-being. So they define health and well-being in these three domains. So physical health and well-being, we all know it's about physical diseases, diabetes, hypertension, whatever. Yeah, so how to prevent and how to manage them. So that's physical health. Mental health is having peace of mind, a balanced mind, focus on what you are doing, and have a harmonious life. That's mental health. So both are equally important. Social health and well-being is where you fit in a society that you are living in with harmony, get along with people, be productive, useful to the society. So that's social well-being. Now there is a fourth domain or fourth dimension to well-being, and that's called spiritual health and well-being. So what is spiritual well-being means? Spiritual well-being means being, first of all, understanding ourselves, trying to understand what is the meaning of our life, and stay connected with oneself, that is ourselves, as well as with others, and also to a supreme power. You can call it nature or God or whatever. So spiritual well-being means understanding or self-realization plus staying in connected with yourself, others, and the supreme power. Now, to get or to make advance in spiritual well-being, some people take a religious route, some people take a non-religious route, because some people don't believe in the concept of God, and they say, well, you actually don't need to have a God to be spiritually well. You can just understand the principles of life, be good to yourself and others, and blah blah blah. So that's one group of people, and that's a small minority of people. Majority of the people in the world, for them the spiritual well-being comes through religious practices, and that's where the religions origined and started coming around. So we all know Hindu religion, our Hindu Sanatan religion, is the oldest of all religions, and this religion, see, for every religion, there will be three things. One is pramanam, which is the scripture or what is the basis. Pramata, which is the acharyas or gurus or teachers, in other words, who preach and explain what is taught in the religion. That's pramata. And prameyam. Prameyam is what is the ultimate aim or goal. So by practicing the religion, what you are going to achieve, that's prameyam. Right? So in our Hindu religion, the pramanam is Vedas. Basically, everything comes from Vedas. Now, Vedas, if you look at it, it has got three characteristics. One is apaurusheritam, meaning it is not written by an individual. It is there always. So it's nityam or eternal. Vedas have been there always. So we all know that this universe, at the time of deluge, it all goes into black hole and disappears. So in our religion, they call it pralayam. So at the time of pralayam, everything goes into a black hole. So we say, the God swallows everything, and then at the time of creation, he brings it back and then starts to create one by one. First the five elements, and then from the five elements, the living object, everything starts to come out of that. So at the time of creation, God, so in Srivaishnava Sampradayam, we say it is Sriman Narayanam. So he teaches or preaches the Veda to Brahma, who is going to be the god of creation in that yuga. So every time there is time for creation, God teaches Vedas to Brahma for him to carry on the job of the creation. So the Vedas, they have been there for ever. So it's Nityam, and Vedas, they say it is Svata Pramanatyam. What it means is, to prove the sentences in Vedas, you don't need another text or another scripture to explain it. It is self-explanatory or self-sufficient. That's what is the third quality of Vedas. Now, Vedas have been there as a vast group of scriptures for a long time, but because the human mind and human intelligence is very limited, God himself came as Vedavyasa, and he categorized the Vedas into four: Rig, Yajur, Sama, and Atharvada. So these are the four Vedas which have been categorized by Vedavyasa based on the structure of the sentences, the meaning, and how it is recited. Now, the Vedas, sometimes the meaning can be ambiguous. Some people can interpret in different ways. And the reason why they say is, there is an adjective to describe Vedas. They say Vedas are Agila Jagat Hitanusasana Param. What it means is, Agila Jagat means for everyone in the world. Agila Jagat. Hitanu means showing the righteous path. Hitam means the right path. Showing the righteous path. Param means, that's how it is written. So it is meant to suit the needs and views of different kinds of people. So as we know, we are all different in the sense everybody has got their own whims and fancies, the views, the beliefs, strengths, difficulties, everything is different. And they say it's all based on a mixture of three qualities or gunas, which are Sattva Guna, Rajaguna, and Tamas Guna. Sattva means being calm, righteous, and doing the right thing. That is Sattva Guna. Rajoguna means being very competitive, aggressive. That is Rajoguna. And tamaguna means being lazy, laid back. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. That kind of a. So we are all mixtures of all these three gunas. Depending on which guna is in more proportion, anyone's character or behaviors change. So as a result, everyone has got different views and beliefs and thoughts in their lives. So the Vedas are written in such a way it caters to the need of any kind of people with any kind of beliefs and whims and fancies. So that's why sometimes Veda sentences, Veda Vakyams can be ambiguous on the surface. But to make it clearer, then came annexures to Vedas, which are called Smriti, Itihasa, and Puranas. See, Vedas are called as Srutis. Srutis are something which are taught by reciting it, and people learn by listening to it. So the word Sruti comes from the word listening. So they are, because it is learned by listening, it's called Srutis. So from Srutis comes Smritis, which are Sastras like Dharma Sastra. Manu Bhagavan wrote Dharma Sastra, and then Agama Sastra. Dharma Sastra teaches the different ways how people should live their life and how kings should rule the country, etc. Agama Sastras are Sastras which teach how prayers should be conducted, how the rituals, Utsavam should be conducted in a temple, etc. So those are Smritis. Then Itihasas, we know Ramayana and Mahabharata, the two great epics in our religion, which also teaches the principles of Veda. What is taught in the Veda is described in the different incidents in these two Itihasas. And from Itihasas, then we have 18 Puranas, different Puranas, and the Puranas also give different teachings from the Vedas. Now, if you take Bhagavad Gita, for example, the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita is where Arjuna is devastated. He asks Krishna to take his chariot to the middle of the battlefield in between two groups, Pandavas and Kauravas, and he gets overwhelmed and sad looking at his elders, gurus, cousins and others, and he says, oh, do I have to kill all these people to get this country? No, I don't want to do this. So then Krishna starts to teach him what is right and what is not right. So the first thing he teaches in Bhagavad Gita from chapter 2 is he teaches him what is soul and what is your body. So the first thing Krishna teaches is you should learn that you are not this body. You are born in this life, in this body, and you are called Arjuna or whoever we are. Whereas your soul is independent and it is eternal. It is there always. Your present life will change from time to time. So at the end of your present life, you will be recycled and you will have another reincarnation. It may be another human being, or it may be some other animal or devas. Depending on your karmas, you will be recycled as a different being. So don't worry about killing someone's body, because that is your dharma. So what Krishna teaches is whichever varna you are born in, you should follow your duties or dharmas. So Arjuna is a Kshatriya who is a warrior. So your dharma is to fight wars. So that's what you should be doing. So that's how the teachings of Krishna starts. Now, when Sriman Narayana gave the Vedas to Brahma, and Brahma started to follow Vedas, and he also started to preach others. Now, the wish for Lord Sriman Narayana was to all the living beings, the souls like us, individual souls should learn from it, Vedas, and they should learn how to reach God's abode. So he wanted all of us to come back to him. But alas, that didn't work. Nobody seemed to take notice of Vedas or follow what the Vedas says. So then God decided, okay, let me go down as avatars. Avatar means coming. Avatar means coming down. So he came down as Krishna, Rama, Narasimha. So he took so many avatars to teach people, to be with them. He tried everything. Yes, when he took avatars, some people who were there at the time took advantage of being with him and they got to him, but not a big difference. So then again he thought, okay, if I go down, people see me differently and they don't take much notice of and don't follow me. So I think I should have some human beings like them so that they will follow them. It will be easier for them to connect with them. So then he selected a few souls and gave them blissful knowledge, complete knowledge, and those people are called Alvars. So the purpose of bringing Alvars is to give the divine knowledge in simple language, Tamil language, as poetry. And this poetry is called Divya Prabandham. So this Divya Prabandham was sung by Alvars, which has got all the inner meanings and messages that are said in the Vedas in simple Tamil stanzas. And God waited to see what difference this made. Of course, it did make some difference, but not as much as he wanted. So then he thought, okay, Alvars came, they sang the Prabandhas, and then they left. But there should be someone to give the real meanings of the Prabandhas and explain to people and send it down to the next generations of people in a lineage. So then he started sending people who are called Acharyas. So Purvacharyas, that's how Purvacharyas came. So the Srivaishnava Sampradayam has got a long lineage starting from Lord Sriman Narayana, then his consort Mahalakshmi Thayar, then Vishwakshenar, then Nammalvar, and then the first Purvacharya was a human being who lived in 9th century called Nadamunigal. So from his time onwards, Acharyas started to come one after the another and they started to pass on the knowledge and messages from Alva's Pasarams. So there were 10 Alvars starting from Poige Alvar, Bhudat Alvar, Pey Alvar, then Thirumalisi Alvar, then Nammalvar, Kulasekara Alvar, Periyalvar, Tondaredipodi Alvar, Tiruppan Alvar, and Thirumangai Alvar. So those are 10 Alvars. We have two more. One is Andal, who was daughter of Periyalvar, and Madarakavi Alvar, who was the disciple of Nammalvar. So if you add these two Alvars also, then the total is 12. So Srivaishnava Sampradayam has got a long lineage starting from Lord Sriman Narayana and the Acharya starting from Nadamunigal, and the Purvacharya lineage ends at Manavala Mamunigal, who became the Acharya for Lord Sriman Narayana himself. So it's like a haram. Haram means a chain, starting from Sriman Narayana and going all round and ending with him. At the middle of the haram, there's a big dollar, and that is Sri Ramanuja, who is our greatest Acharya, Jagatacharya. So, in the next few lectures, we will see more about Alvars and Acharyas. We will learn about Pancha Samskaram, how to become a Sri Vaishnava, what is Rahasyatrayam, what are the principles of following Sri Vaishnava tradition, and what are the benefits. So we'll see one by one. So today we just had a little introduction of what is Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. Thank you very much. Alvar Embermanar Jiyar Thiruvadigalే Saranam.